All right, hello everybody. We are back in the 440 with another volleyball player profile. We're joined by Jefferson Junior setter Cheyenne McGrreeaat. Cheyenne, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. So we look at this roster, and there are not a lot of upperclassmen. You're one of them. You're a junior. So not just as a setter on the floor, but also as an upperclassman, you have a lot of leadership responsibilities on this team. What's that been like for you so far to be able to try to be as big of a leader as you can to this team and the players on it?
Honestly, I love being able to help all the younger girls. It's something like I feel like being a leader just comes easy for me, and it's just something that like I'm super loud on the court, so it just makes it easier to be a leader. I love helping the younger girls like want to come to volleyball and like just fall in love with the sport, just like the other upperclassmen that I've had have helped me do. Like they made me fall in love with playing volleyball.
As a setter, your hands touch the ball almost every play. You have a lot of responsibility just on the court. What do you love the most about that position? Because not everybody mentally can handle that kind of pressure.
No, yeah, it is definitely a mental position, but I love like it's basically like the quarterback of a football team. I love being able to be in every single play and just always getting reps. Like even if I have the bump set, like I'm still in every single play, touching every single ball. Like it's just I love always being, in the play.
Have you always been a setter, or did you transition into this position?
I've always been a setter. I mean, last year I played right side. I played just the front row, but then I've always been a setter before that. I mean, I played JO too. I only play volleyball, so for JO I've always been a setter. It's just something I've always played. I've never really played any other position.
But the setters are also have to be pretty good defenders too. So talk about what it's like to transition your mindset from okay, when they're going to attack me, I have to make sure to get this ball up in the air, and I have to be a good back row defender when you're back there.
Defense is some I love defense. Like when somebody hits a hard ball at you and you just pass it, like I think it's the best feeling ever. So defense is something that I love playing defense, but also I got to realize when the ball isn't coming to me, I got to transition and get up to the net and like just be ready to set that second ball. So it's something that you got to like have a quick reaction time to see though the ball's not coming to me. Like I got to get ready to go set the ball as well.
The other thing I love about setters is the rhythm and the relationship they have with the hitters. And I know every hitter is different. Every hitter likes the ball in different places. So just give the fans out there that might not know the intricacies of the sport an idea of how much work it takes to build rhythm with every hitter and to know exactly what every hitter likes and where they like to be set.
A lot of it is a personal relationship, I think, like me with what relationship I have with my hitters. It's we're all very close, so it's easy. Like if I don't give them a good set, like they can just be like, "Oh, Cheyenne, like I need that higher, tighter than net, or a little bit off." It's just a lot of communication, especially even during games. Like you got to communicate like very well. So when times are hard, you just got to communicate. It's just that's how the most important thing when you're setting is just communication.
Now, you don't have a bad set often. We'll just say that. But you do have hitters that can adjust. And we've seen that on tape. We've seen that with the games that we've been at live at YSN. You have hitters that know how to maybe adjust to a set that's not perfect. How much pressure does that take off of you to know that you don't have to have the exact perfect set every single time?
It takes a lot of pressure off of me just knowing that I have such good hitters that can adjust to anything. I mean, it makes my job 10 times easier. Yeah, just makes it easier.
What's it feel like being on a team with so many young players, knowing that the future is really set for this program? I mean, you have some really talented players that aren't going to graduate for a while. As someone that is going into their senior year next year, what's it like to know that this program has kind of gotten really good foundation that's going to be good for a while?
It's nice, like especially because we have such a young team. Just saying, there's only three seniors. I'm the only junior on the roster, and we have 24 girls total. So we have like 23 girls actually, and there's a lot of underclassmen. So like 19 freshmen and sophomores. So just knowing that I'm able to help them out, just especially when I graduate, I still have a whole another year to play with them. So it's knowing like after I graduate that they're still there and like they can kind of do it themselves. It just makes it easier and uh like I don't know. That's kind of what I have.
You're all good. You're all good. We love it. Junior year is when that future starts to really sink in, and you start to think about things you want to do. You have a whole another year of high school before you have to make those decisions. But did you start to plan your future? Do you start to think about what kind of things you want to do after high school?
I definitely want to go to college. I am not sure if I want to play volleyball in college. Um, but eventually in my future, I do want to be a coach. Being a coach is something that I've always wanted to do, just because I do love volleyball. But I think helping, like, I really want to help other people when it comes to the sport. So being a coach is something that's always like I've always wanted to do in my future.
I'm sure being wanting to be a coach because of that, you've had a lot of good coaches in your life, right? You've had JO coaches, your high school coach. Who are some coaches that have really impacted you and really helped you along the journey?
So first, my high school coach, Coach Palm, he loves the sport. You can tell, like, he always wants us to do our best. Um, he's really good when it comes out, like, all the positions, just teaching us what we have to do, like giving us feedback. He just like he really knows the game, and it makes it really easy to like go to practice and be like, I know that I'm gonna have a good practice today because Coach Palm's like gonna, help us out. But I also have my club coach, Sanford. He I mean, he's very like easy to get along with. Like he's my coach, but I can also like talk to him like we're best friends. It's something that's like it makes it easier to play the game when you know that you have such a close relationship with a coach, just because I mean, they're going to help you, and like we as players also help our coaches like get better as like the days go on.
Coach Sanford, also the head coach over there at Lakeside. So, what's it like to go up against him in high school season?
Yeah, it's fun. We play them tonight actually. So, it's like it's always fun seeing him on the opposing sideline. Just he knows how I play, so that's also something I got to think of. Like he knows what he's gonna tell his girls. When I'm out there, he's gonna be like, "Oh, they're gonna do this." So I just think that's fun. It's just to play against him.
Are there bragging rights on the line tonight too? Like, are you gonna
Definitely.
let them know that you win if you win?
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Let's talk about you play the sport so much, but I'm sure there's times when you have to give yourself a little bit of a break. What do you do outside of the sport of volleyball to kind of unwind and give yourself that mental break?
I do work, so I work a lot. So that's something that just takes my mind off the volleyball. But I also, when I'm not working, always hang out with my friends and spending time with family or just going shopping with my friends and stuff like that too. So it just takes a lot of my mind off of volleyball and puts it somewhere else.
You got school, you got work, you got volleyball. There's a lot of juggling, a lot of time organization there. How do you handle it all? What kind of things do you do to keep yourself organized?
Honestly, I feel like I am an organized person. I always have like a schedule. Like before the day even starts, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. Like when I after school, like I'll go to school and then I have practice and I work usually 5 days a week. So it's a lot to handle, but if you just have a schedule and just keep organized, it's easy to go along with.
Is that something you've always been, or did you have to develop organizational skills along your career?
Definitely when I was younger, I didn't have as much like priorities or like things that I had to do. But as I get older, there's a lot that I have to do. So I kind of developed it as the years went on.
Let's talk about the classroom. Junior year is also some people say the hardest year of high school. I don't know how you feel about your junior year so far. I know it's early. What's some of the classes that you've liked so far? What are some of the things that you like to study?
So right now I'm only taking 3 classes at high school because I am doing CCP classes at Kent. So I come in at noon and I take a Spanish class and I take trig and chem. Those classes like they're important. I just science and math usually have come really easy for me. So I'm usually always interested and it's not something that's super hard for me to learn. But like on the other hand, history, I am not a fan of history. Like I don't ever understand what I'm doing in there. So that's the class that's like I gotta really pay attention in. But besides for that, yeah, English and math, like or not English, math and science are something that are like just easy. I like those two subjects.
She backtracked so hard on English. She said, "No
Yeah,
way,
not
not
English.
English."
I did not mean to say that.
Um, who are some teachers that are in the Jefferson school system that you think have really impacted your schooling journey?
My Spanish teacher, Miss Alexander, she is super nice and she's just really personable and easy to get along with. So I think that makes it easier for me to go to school and go into her class just knowing that like she's such a good teacher and that I'm gonna have fun while I'm in there.
This is usually an easy answer when I ask student athletes this question. Who gives the hardest tests in the Jefferson school system? What
Um,
what teacher has the hardest test?
so Coach Palm is also a history teacher, and when I was in his class the past 2 years, I never did good on his tests. His tests are really hard just because history, there's a lot of like information, and I just felt like they were all so hard.
Is he going to give you some trouble for saying that how much you don't like history when he sees this interview?
He
Again.
probably will. But I think I've told him before that his class is not the easiest for me.
Let's talk about some things that you like about this Jefferson school system, this things you like about the community that make you so proud to represent it and put Jefferson across the chest on the jersey every night.
I just think Jefferson overall has a really good support system for all the sports. Like they have tons of fans, tons of people that just put time and effort into the sports and into the community. Even like our staff at school, like the teachers, our AD, principal, they all really just take a lot of time and put a lot of effort into our student athletes. So I think that's something that just makes me proud to go to Jefferson, knowing that we have such a good support system.
All these atmospheres are a little bit different. Every gym you go into has something that makes it, feel like home to that school. When you're playing a home game or you're in practice, what makes Jefferson kind of feel like a home court advantage for you?
Just because when you look over and you see like when you have home games, obviously there's more people there that are there supporting you. Like, I have a lot of people that come and support me. So when I look over on the sidelines and I see all these people just like standing there, it really makes me feel like, I'm gonna do good. Like I have all these people coming to watch me and they're here to like support me. So that just makes it easier when we're playing at home, just seeing all these people there.
Talking about your support system is the perfect segue into the end of this interview. What we do at the end of every player interview is we give you the time to thank your support staff, the people that are always there for you, and we're going to give you as much time as you want to shine the light on them and talk about the people you wouldn't be here without.
So first I want to thank my dad. My dad shows up to every single one of my games. He is somebody who pushes me to be the best that I can be. Yeah, my dad's he's great. And then my Grammy also is at all of my games. She like during club season, she's always like traveling with me, and so is my dad. But they kind of do the thing they like things together. They might not get along all the time, but they come and support me together. But also my boyfriend's family, they're at every single one of my games. They come, they just love watching me play, and I think that's super special. Just like they're all the time. Also all my teammates, they're very supportive. We're all very close, so it's easy just to get along and make the games go by easier. And yeah, everybody else that's ever just came and watched me, it just makes it makes a big difference.
All right, Cheyenne, we want to thank you so much for the time. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this season, and we can't wait to talk again real soon.
Thank you for having me.